part.
I know. But when they prep us, that's what they tell us. They tell us what to say on the
That's
stand.
literally.
Why do they tell you what to say on the stand? I don't get
my
it.
life and my kids' lives for what?
Alright, so
it's
we
not like I'm
obviously
some
know
crackhead
that
or
they're gunning for his kids because they tried to in
What
January.
DSS wants, yeah.
How about you do it
So
today?
DSS has every right to tell you what to say.
They prep us, yeah. It's we're contracted through DSS.
Who did this?
So they subpoena our
I
notes
failed.
and they'll ask
I
us.
did fail.
They will focus on certain areas. So, you know, how many, oh my goodness,
Holy
I'm like
crap!
a man.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about it because I have a private lawyer now and I'm in compliance. So
And you know
they
what,
would have to push really hard and do some really shady shit
Yeah.
to destroy my family, put me in jail.
and I
take my
agree
kids.
with you, you are in compliance.
Take that.
And Molly is,
No,
I would say, doing
you are
what
not
she
eating
can
a
to
pencil.
get in touch with our DSS attorney to get that message across that you're in compliance now.
Yeah.
All right, but
To get
that's
that
none of that
message.
makes any sense. You're telling us that she's gonna tell her, the DSS attorney or whoever, that he's in compliance. Yet DSS is gonna coach
This
you
is
guys and
hers.
tell
This
you
is
guys
hers.
what to
This
say
is
on the
hers.
stand anyway.
And we don't know what that is.
That doesn't make any sense to us though.
I'm trying to stay optimistic. I don't want I gotta go sit in jail for 2 days and I can't leave that cell and it just marinates and it will drive me nuts. And the medication does nothing when I'm sitting there stressing about that.
There's no school tomorrow, guys.
I'm
I'm
tired.
trying to stay optimistic.
You don't know that.
I'm in
No,
compliance,
they're
Be in my face. I
doing
hate
everything they
that.
want me to do. My kids are taken care of. They have everything they need.
Put me on stand.
I know. I was gonna say that. I was talking to Heather. She said that they're old. These two are at least old enough to go on the stand.
I'm too stage
fright.
I love to eat all your
They don't
chips.
go on the stand. What happens is, if they allow them, the judge will speak to them separately, but no one else is in the courtroom. They'll just, the judge.
So can we request that?
No, they
I
can't
don't know how
Sure,
that
you want to
works.
do that though? So
Give
they
my
trick
phone-
my
give
kids
me
into
your
saying
phone.
things?
Give me your phone and let me
They've done that
record
so
it and
far.
put it in my
They've put
pocket.
words in my
No.
kids' mouths and
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but it has been done in the past.
Then they're gonna put things in my words in my mouth.
I don't know how that works.
I'm
But
too
if you
stage
have
fright.
like I said, if you have an
I'll ask the
attorney-
lawyer tomorrow if
that's
if we
those are
are
questions
able
that
to
you-
request it because I mean their mom is pissed off about everything that's going on, like livid, because this is harassment.
Well,
it just seems like
It is. It's harassment.
It seems like
They're
gunning for my
fabricating
kids and they're gonna
stories.
stop until they get what they want.
They are fabricating stories. You know it. I know it. They know it because they're the ones doing it. We all know it.
I know. I'm only I can only say so much, and I think you know that.
Yeah, she's just family development specialist.
I am. I'm only supposed to work on parenting skills, but in the end, I will tell you, because I'm contracted through DSS, I will be very honest with you that I am on their side, and I have to be because I'm contracted through them. So
basically, their lives could be 1,000 times more traumatized to keep your job.
I can't tell you that.
Yeah,
It's not like
her
that.
fault, babe.
It's not.
It's not her fault.
I love working with you guys.
I know that, and I get it, and
like
you don't
coming in
think
here to
it's
help
not
you
her
guys.
fault per
No,
se, but
but
if she knows something and it's not right, then somebody should speak up.
Well, you know what?
Because this is not her life and not her kids this is your kids and your life being
I
destroyed.
have shared things with Rich that I'm not supposed to share, and he.
I know
knows
that, and I get
And
it.
he does know that, and I put my job on the line and shared things with him that I didn't have to share. But he also knows that I am, and I do work for DSS. Not directly, because I work for Access. But
I know.
when it comes to me being subpoenaed, if I have to go on the stand, he's going to hear things that he's not going to like. I've been very, very straightforward and honest. And why? Because I've been at the home here where I've done home visits,
mine.
and I've heard things
I failed the
that
project.
are not very strength-based and not very positive, and those are the things that
Yes,
DSS
Connor.
wants me to say. And those are things that I have to be honest and upfront about. And they don't want me to say all the positive and wonderful, glorious things, because DSS is looking for a removal. That's what
Yeah,
those
because they
papers
get paid
are.
for
I
it.
don't understand what that's
So-
gonna solve.
The girls
That's
lost
gonna
all
So,
their credits
of
and
course,
stuff,
that's
so
what's gonna happen, and they
affected
prep
my
you for
grade.
those things.
Excuse me?
So I
Do I know
feel-
my song, Auntie? Dare?
I just don't know what they think they're
Who's
gonna
gonna sing
solve by destroying these kids' lives.
I
by
want to trust.
tearing everybody's lives
Well,
apart.
I have to say, I've honestly think you've been very lucky this far, especially at the last, which we talked about this at the last
Get
visit.
off, get off.
And you know exactly what I mean, with the outcome of the last,
Yeah.
Off the counter.
the last court date, which I know you did not come out so lucky, but your children did. So,
Oh,
which I was not supposed to share that with you as well.
Excuse me.
they just
So-
wanted to
But at
teach
this
him a
point-
lesson. That's why
They
they
do.
put him in jail. They
And-
wanted to teach him a lesson and put him in, do the weekends in jail.
If I go on the stage,
To teach him a lesson to not fight against the system. At the end of the day, I've said it. Do you know how many times I've said it several times that he's not even the one that took the kids to I did, and nobody reported that.
That's what the kids win.
No one took the kids to the car the day that they went with their mom and her boyfriend, because that's where all of this stems from. I took them down to the car. He was upstairs cleaning dinner. I said that repeatedly, and there was boosters and there was a car seat in there.
Yeah.
So whatever happened after that, the following day, we have no idea. We didn't know anything until the next day.
We're past that, though.
And
So-
do you want me?
Past that.
If I,
That's long gone and done.
You guys, at
It
this
counts, though.
At
To
this
me, it
point,
does.
You guys now have an attorney that you can ask your legal questions to, get your advice from, and move forward to when you have this, your court date, and you'll go from there. You know,
excuse me, if I go on the stage dance, could I tell them that they get paid $1,000?
Alright, let's stop talking about it.
I don't know if you're gonna. I'll talk to the lawyer tomorrow. But we know that they get money for removing kids. Everybody knows that. They get a bonus.
oh, I don't know about, honestly, I don't know that.
I did research on it. It's called legal kidnapping. That's what they call it.
I never heard of
And
that.
CPS will sit and go to the schools and ask leading questions. You know,
I
to
didn't know that.
Yeah, they go. They ask. These are coming from former CPS workers that speak out on what happens. They get 30,000 plus to remove the kids. The worker themselves get a bonus, and then to keep them out of the home, they get more money. And if they get adopted, they get more money.
I didn't know that. Well, as you know, family development is not involved really with court unless I get subpoenaed. I will not know if I get subpoenaed until literally 24 to 48 hours before the court date. So I've been very honest with Rich that if I do have to go on the stand, it's going to be information that he's not going to like to hear. And I've apologized a million times. I would feel terrible if I have to go up on that stand. And I like working with you guys. I love working with all of the kids.
I should probably give this to court too, right?
I
The
would bring
report
any-
cards.
I would bring everything that you have. It has very good stuff in it. Absolutely. I would bring all of that stuff. Yeah. Any documents that you have, anything that you can get from, like mental health, like
Yeah.
the progress that they're making, because it's proof that you've been bringing them. The progress that they're making is probably very good. You're reporting. So I would get all.
Well,
of that.
Melissa did inform me. She said that she has no concerns about that.
Perfect. That's what you want to hear then.
Then,
have
I
nothing
guess
but
Lindsay
good coming
said,
from Catholic Charities,
That's
so-
awesome.
Lindsay said the same thing about Brianna, I guess,
Okay.
or whatever they talked about. I don't know. I wasn't in that room. I was in Chloe's.
Yeah, Lindsay
Um,
said that Brianna is improving.
And that's
And
good
I
too.
told her that Brianna is improving because of
And that's good too. then.
Brianna is a lot calmer now, and I've noticed, like the last month or so, when everybody's crazy, Brianna will actually tell her siblings to calm down.
Is it from the school, do you think, the school
Not
change,
always.
or is it
It's
from
possible.
the
I
therapy
don't know.
treatment, maybe a combination
I
of
don't-
both?
I think what she's getting older too.
And it has something to do with, I think, being here and changing the school, the changing environment.
My name.
We've seen a lot calmer.
She also, you know,
Thank you.
I take the tablets away and then she'll start to hate because she wants it back.
Good, good, and reward you with
So-
that, so, good.
She wants the tablet back, and it got taken away again recently. She was very nasty with my friend that was here watching. them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, well,
away.
When you see your lawyer, you can also talk about this.
he got the game system taken away
Well, he's
for
probably gonna
charging
gather all the
damn near
information
$100 on
Well,
my
I'm just trying
card.
to give you suggestions to help you out. so that you
Nothing,
can
nothing will
start to
happen
work.
on the 27th, right?
No.
They're just gonna schedule another
Correct.
court date,
Yep,
give my lawyer
you're
time
absolutely right.
together.
But these are things that you can talk to your lawyer about.
What?
Is all of these things that are court ordered for you, to try to eliminate them because you are
Oh
in
my
compliance.
god, come
You wanted
on.
to
This
discuss
is
obviously
really
shortening
bad.
your jail time, which I think is absolutely
Yeah,
number
I
one.
spoke
You've been
to
in
my
response.
legal aid lawyer, and he said that he can't work with that.
He's
There's nothing
useless.
he can do about it.
Right.
They all, you guys all get paid by the same people, so he's
You've been in
useless.
compliance with family development the entire time, minus the time you're in the hospital, but I think that, but I think that was excusable with no issue. I think that you can get rid of it. You should get order that you have met all of your lawyers. So I think that honestly, you can, and nothing against obviously us, because I like.
I don't have
working
it.
with you, but I think
Amber
that you
does.
are.
Oh wait, I do have it.
Yes, you do?
presenting
I
them
do.
You
as
do?
This is one service that is fine.
Now I
You're
have
okay with it.
nothing. Can I?
What should that?
I have nothing.
Can
Can I please?
I will think about it.
At this point,
I
I
don't
don't want to see
And do I get it back when I start to pay off?
There's a lot going on.
You do.
I
And this is one
counted.
less service,
That's
2
what
times a
I'm
week that
saying.
you could be working and not
I
needing
counted.
the
Do I get it
service.
back when I pay it
So I think
off?
that's okay for you.
When your grandmother sends that game and that game comes in the mail with the receipt, then you'll get the game system back and you can play it. But until then,
Excuse me.
Jesus.
She mentioned changing your caseworker. She has
Until then, you're gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
Because
That's what she
what if that $100 was all I had left?
I want to see this.
A lot of the other caseworkers that are
I told you guys,
one, Nick, that's there.
do not
Very, very.
buy anything without asking, did you or did you not hear me say that
They're not very.
when I got Alex his game?
I will honestly say, I know it doesn't sound
Huh?
like it.
Okay, and you did it
He
anyway.
really is trying to help you.
Yeah, I know.
So now you're gonna have to work off the $30 and you're gonna have to wait for me to get, if the game comes with the receipt
She knows it.
so that I can return it,
And I
you
know
can take it out that day,
like
even though I didn't return the game yet.
things,
Look how that laid an egg.
I-
And you can keep the game that you downloaded, and I'll just return the other one, and you can just pretend that's from your
Like
grandmother.
when you don't know what goes on
Why?
behind the scenes,
Yeah.
Wait.
it really
That's
sucks.
A day for $10
It's
or?
all negative.
Wait, this
Like,
is
there's
what you
never
say?
any positive.
Huh?
There's never any
$10
good thing that-
It's $10 a day.
Some, you know,
$30 worth of games. They were both $14.99. 15 and 15 is 30.
And you know what? I don't know.
I'm not even
I
including
will
the
say I
tax.
do, but I don't know.
Because
Mine, I feel like
$60
I'm looking for
plus
something.
the 30, that's 90, and it came to $103 with tax. I'm not even including
It's
that.
like that shot down, that feeling.
I'm just doing the $90 even.
Controller for the PlayStation.
So it's $10 a day for you to
Could
clean.
you get two controllers? Yeah. Could you get a new controller?
I don't, maybe.
How do you
I
stay
think I
focused?
have
one. So it's-
oh, no, I don't.
People telling you
Saturday, Sunday,
that, "Come on, you're this person, you're that person."
So bad.
I've been waiting for one check.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
I mean, just my grandma. Watch this.
Can I plug in my charger over
That
here?
you were doing.
My anxiety's so bad.
It is, but don't
My
let this.
anxiety gets to the point, ask her,
I'll
I
plug
get
it in
high.
over here.
Saturday, Sunday,
Don't-
I'm
Monday.
starting to get high when I move my body.
Don't let this deter you.
Tracy, look what
I honestly don't think that they're gonna accomplish their goal.
Wait,
I
are you
don't,
gonna be here tomorrow?
because you are in compliance.
What?
There's
Are you
so
gonna
many
be here tomorrow?
that
I know.
abuse their kids,
No.
and their kids are still in that house.
I know.
So-
got
And
kids that
Saturday,
you are
Sunday,
doing,
And they're after him. Why?
You're doing what you need to do. There's no way that they can accomplish this. There's no way. I honestly don't think this is gonna happen.
I'm just gonna keep my
So-
pride.
But that's
Stay-
that
stay
Ed. What are you doing?
positive and
What are you
stay
doing?
optimistic.
I got Derek at Catholic Charities helping me. He showed me the report he wrote.
You're doing
and it was
everything,
nothing but
and you've been in
myself.
compliance with family development the entire time, except the month of, I want to say, it was either June or July when you were
Yeah,
sick.
I was sick.
That was the only
I
time.
wasn't complying with anybody.
But
You weren't, but that
you
was the
did
only
show up,
time.
right, when he was sick. Remember you
I
showed
did.
up,
I showed
and you saw him
You
sick.
see me limping around the house?
I did, and I have to report that he reported that he was ill. I had to,
Hold on a
They
minute.
didn't want to hear that. That's not what they wanted.
Did I
They
what?
don't.
Did you pay the
Yes.
Did I
And
pay
you know
the
why?
internet? Yes, I
Because
paid the
in your
internet.
court orders, it says you must engage in services. And what does that look like? Engagement means being involved with the services and doing the chore charts, and that's not really engagement. So that's how they get, that's how they get you. So you can open the door and let somebody in, but if
Well,
you're
you
laying
have to
on
wait
the
for her to
couch,
come out.
you're not engaging in services. So there's that trick that a lot of people
Is
don't
this your
know.
bag? That's not your bag.
No, it's not.
Oh.
There's that trick that people don't know. You can open a door every day, but if your house is filthy and you're laying on the couch the whole time, you're not engaging in services. So
Yeah,
there's,
but at the end of the day, he had 2 discharge papers.
you know, Angie, I know that.
And Molly only knew about one of them though.
No, Molly knew about
Well, she was
2
on the stand.
times that you went. I know she went on the stand
She
and
said
she
that
lied.
she was only aware of 1 hospital visit.
That's a
not
lie,
2.
and you know it because I text her, and I have that text. I emailed it to myself, and I'm printing it up.
I don't know.
So it's a lie. It's all a bunch of
It
lies.
is what it is. That case
It
is
is.
not over with.
No, I mean
But-
maybe.
The bottom line is that you have a lawyer that you have a lot of flexibility with now because it's a private lawyer. So, not that I want to get rid of you guys. I was very happy to get your case back, but you have the flexibility now of asking all the questions that you want, and you can eliminate family development because you were in compliance from the very beginning that this case opened, which was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
This,
We don't want to eliminate you.
I know.
We want to eliminate Molly, though.
I know you
If
do,
it
but
looks
if
good-
you eliminate Molly, you eliminate me.
But if it looks
That
good
doesn't make
to
The lawyer
continue,
contract is right.
Then don't get another job in a different department.
if it looks good to continue services, then I would rather do that.
And
rather
that's,
than
then that's the questions you have to ask as well.
If you were voluntary, we would probably keep you. We would definitely keep you.
It can be both ways. Right now, you're
Because
not.
you're the only one that's been on it.
I know. And I'm not supposed to be in some capacity. So I'm telling you more than I'm
Come on,
supposed
Chloe, she's gotta go to the bathroom.
to. You know, like if you tell your lawyer I shared certain things with you, I would get into a lot of trouble.
No, I keep that to myself.
You know, so there are
Anything
some
that we
things,
discuss, I
you
don't
know,
repeat to anybody.
you have to keep some things kind of quiet. I'm doing it to help you. But like I said, if I get subpoenaed, I don't want you, you're going to say to yourself, wow, I can't believe she just fucking said that.
I understand it.
cursing.
Other people won't
Children,
understand it. but I understand it.
Yeah.
I'm the
I'm a
biggest potty
rational
mouth in the world,
adult.
probably.
I do have a foul mouth in my house. I will say that. But yeah, you know, and I have to say that because this case for some reason has gone really ugly, and I'm not going to be surprised if I'm going to be subpoenaed. But this was actually the first time that I've ever had a DSS attorney prep me for testimony, and I was completely shocked. I couldn't believe what I went through, and I had your whole file with me, and I had to read every single progress note that I had, and they said, how many times did he say that he wanted to just give up on everything? And I said, are you kidding me? I don't know. And you did, and I know that, and not that I know it, but it was yeah, he mentioned today that, he was down in depression, felt like it was the end of the day.
Not yet, because when
just
she
felt
leaves,
like,
she's gonna jump all
whatever
over.
it was. I mentioned it in my progress note, never thinking that I'd ever go back to that note again.
I could hold her.
I actually had to count
I'm gonna
how many
stand on the
times,
bench.
but that's what they were going to focus on that day.
Alright.
So when you're being asked in court, so how many times did Mr. Rebecki say that he just wanted to give up on his children? Oh, probably about 8 or 9 times throughout the course of 4 months. That's what that would have looked like. As opposed to, did he complete his goals, and did he do his chore charts, and did he do, there were so many good things,
Yeah, it would
but
just
they
be
were
all
only
negative.
going to focus on all of that.
It would just be all
That's what they were asking me.
I know
And I
they
actually
did.
had to read
When,
all of my
the
progress
last
notes
time you
and
guys
focus
went into
on all
court?
of it. I was supposed to testify. And that's why
I
wasn't
was
in
wondering
court.
why you didn't testify. I said that doesn't make
I
any sense
sat
when she really
outside.
has different notes.
Everybody who's involved in the case was
Get
there.
out!
Even the
Chief.
therapist from
Everybody was subpoenaed. And nobody is
Hands
allowed
up,
in
hands
there when
over.
each person testifies because you're not allowed to hear the other person. So Molly went first. I was supposed to go second. So I was waiting to go in, but they settled.
I can handle
And then Rich came storming out, and I was like, what the hell just happened? I had
All
no
these
clue.
years, I should have been watching what the hell I say. Because even if I don't mean it, that all ends up in a report.
But that's the thing,
somewhere.
it's
It does.
it's stuff like that is what makes nobody trust the system.
I know, it's very true, but.
And that's what it is. That's why nobody trusts the system.
They
Like you,
could literally take my kids from me just for being frustrated one day, just
Yes.
for having a bad day,
You're having a bad
and
day.
saying something that
And like
I
you
didn't
just
even
said, with the car thing,
Yeah.
that got totally mixed up because the kids
I can
said
handle
something
it.
else because they overheard you.
She saw a squirrel the other day.
When I read that in there, I just started crying. I was hysterical. Like, I didn't say that. I did not say that.
And the kids may have just taken it a different way, or the teacher may have
they don't
overheard
pay
it differently.
attention to every word. They hear like one or two words out of a whole sentence. I could say park and maybe.
And they'd be like,
Oh, we're
I
going to
like
the park
maybe
now?
we'll go to the park and have a picnic, and they will hear park and picnic and think we're gonna do it right then and there.
So they chewed up pencil?
You know what I mean? It's like they only hear like Brianna, especially run. The kids will just run to all
Yeah, you
the other
say
kids.
maybe,
They
they start
said we're
telling
gonna go
people
to the
we're
park and have a
definitely doing.
picnic.
Guess what we're doing? No, I said maybe. They think we're definitely doing it. They'll
Can I
start
take
telling
her out?
everybody.
I have to tell them like stop and think. What does maybe mean?
Yeah.
Well, maybe yes and maybe no. I'm like, well, what do you have to do it? Well, we have to listen. Okay, so listen, and then
Yeah, you have to break
Can I
it.
take
we'll
her out?
start making plans.
Can I
Huh?
take her out?
Yeah.
I can handle her.
Well, you
She
know
saw a
what?
squirrel the other day.
I definitely think one
No,
thing
not
is
yet.
that your house is small, even the other one was
Oh.
small, the area. And
She's
a lot of the conversation happens in front of the kids, and they hear that. So, you look beautiful.
Can I shut up?
Hopefully, this time they don't have a whole lot of ammo to work with.
Can I
but-
shut up?
So,
Well,
I'm sure they'll find
that
it.
report
Nico.
was closed,
Look at him.
and
do you have a paper that says it's closed? Your lawyer is going to answer that. Where is the paper that says that the
I
CPS
don't
case
know.
was
Where-
closed?
Yeah.
You need to find that stuff.
The move, I can check all those boxes out.
he
There's
can
a
get
lot.
it. He said that he can get that.
He can?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said he can get it. My
So-
sister has one. She's looking for
A
her.
private lawyer is
Yeah,
different
she's
from
like
legal aid. All he's got to do is say that
Oh,
he
I
needs the information
forgot.
and he can track it all down.
Brianna.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
You should have all that stuff though anyway, Rich, honestly.
His report card.
I forgot all
With
about
this
this.
case being so serious, you really should have a legal folder.
With the move,
I
we,
know.
a lot of stuff got misplaced. I have boxes full of papers and stuff out there.
If
have to
I
go
say
through.
open,
It was raining.
I want you to take some time to go through that box with me, and maybe we can make a folder or a binder,
Alright.
and just put all of your legal papers,
I'm a cheater.
court stuff,
I never have the time to just sit and organize
closing
everything.
stuff.
I'm gonna be here because after last night I
I'm
lost
constantly
36
running.
hours. So
I know.
Constantly,
So
all
one day
day.
I'll make like an earlier appointment with
You
you when the
did?
kids aren't here, and we'll go through that, or maybe you'll have time to go through it and
Because I
we'll just put
went
it
to
just
the-
together.
Alright.
And
I went
you
to the
need to
therapy
have all the stuff
session.
that says your CPS case
It's not my
is
fault.
closed, especially if you kept it.
I
know you
set that
kept it. I
appointment
can't
for
see
after
drawing
my
any of
shift
that
was
stuff.
over.
I have
Nobody
one
showed
thing.
up. So-
Everywhere.
We could just sit right there.
I don't know, honestly, if it looks
Because I
better
have to
for me
see
to continue services with everybody,
And we
I would
can
rather.
play
go
down
And I
down
can't
that road.
answer that for you.
I would
So-
rather go down that road. If it looks better to them
It's right.
and they're more comfortable with me continuing services, whatever. It is
And you need to ask those
Because I
questions, okay? Because you were court ordered for another year, right?
Yeah.
So you need to ask that.
Ask what?
Um,
Can she
he
go out?
said that if
Hold
it
on.
looks better to keep family development, you know, to continue services,
I'd
then,
rather do that.
you know, obviously do
Rather
that.
than, go to the judge or a lawyer and be like, oh, I want it to stop. I don't have enough time. I don't want to sound like that.
Right.
I
I want it to
honestly,
sound like
But
I
you
feel
have
that
been
it's
complying
helpful.
with family, you've almost had us for a year, keep that in mind too. And you have been compliant with family development the entire time.
She's
This is the only service that you've been compliant with the entire time. Because Catholic Charities you just started with.
That's because you're such a
Mention.
pleasant person to be
Aw,
around, Tracy.
thanks.
that's
Um,
also. I mean, he was going, and then he ended up getting the thing, that cellulitis, and nobody even bothered to research what
I'm
that was.
waiting for you to
I
say.
know, but that's,
Because that thing was serious. He was
You can
advised
I have
by his
pictures.
doctor.
I have so many
To
pictures of
not
how
walk
big my
on
leg
his
was.
leg.
and
told me some
purple.
of it was gross.
My lawyer wouldn't even accept it. He didn't even want to see him.
Yeah, but now you have a
Besides,
different
like,
lawyer,
starting
so.
to feel like he's working with them.
He is working with them.
Guy
They all
doesn't
get
help
paid
me
by
at
the same
all.
people.
Yeah.
Every time I call him, he seems annoyed.
This
Like,
is
even if
legal aid. Come
I
on.
Yeah, but then he
I called
complains if
him.
he doesn't know what's going
I
on.
called him last week because there's a daddy-daughter dance for Brianna and Chloe and Shaylin, and I wanted to take them.
But she said she could be.
No,
Well,
it's,
I wanted to take them, but it starts at like 7 o'clock and I have to be in jail by 5. So I just called him And I spoke to his secretary, and she was like, "Well, is there any proof that the dance is actually happening?" I was like, "I have the
Izzy,
form
I found
right
really
here."
good
She's like, "Could you
stockings.
email that to
I
me?"
found really
And she's like,
good,
"Oh, hold on."
leggings
He gets on
for
the phone, and he's like, "No." He's like, "I can't work with that." He was like, "That's like saying, you know, I know, Judge, I'm punished, but can you reward me or help me out with this?" He's like, "I can't do anything with that." He's like, "I'm
But
sorry."
but here's the thing: is like things like that
He's
that
like,
are
no
important to the
daddy-daughter
girls that
dance.
he can't go to.
Move.
Well, how does that make them feel?
No,
It's
no,
not
no, no,
helping
no.
them
What
either.
are you doing
No,
with
this
that?
is
No.
garbage. This is garbage.
No, you're not taking.
It's
what is
garbage. It's garbage.
That? It better go into the garbage.
Yeah,
Yes.
not
The dog pee on it?
Go into
Don't
the
let them out.
garbage. It
No,
goes
I got
into
her in.
the garbage. Your hair is green
Are
now.
you able to walk her? She
Yeah.
doesn't walk you? Are you sure?
I got her now.
She's got
Last
loose a
time-
couple of times, but she comes right back. All I have to
Sorry.
do is
Don't
call
you
her
dare.
and she comes
Yeah,
back.
she
Don't you dare! Don't you dare knock this
And
over.
neither one of them will take off.
That's
They
good.
stay close
Chase
to
will
home.
come
That's
back. He runs down the street to that yard to smell.
Oh, what a good boy.
Or he
Don't
runs
jump
to
on me.
that
That wasn't
No,
an
Chase.
invitation.
You
No.
like my
He runs
ninja?
over to that side of the he runs down the street and then stops and
Oh, nice.
They had one
Alright.
with a frother, but I didn't have it when I got this.
Cool.
This was the
I brought your kids some juice boxes.
Thank you.
They're in the fridge.
Bring me some dog food.
I have some.
Jen had said something to me about it probably 3 weeks ago.
She never went to the warehouse, did
She
she?
said she was going to bring it, and then I never heard anything about
I
it.
have
So.
some in my
Because
basement.
she was too busy with Zumba.
That's all she does. That's all she posts on Facebook.
Get out of there!
She's like, Zumba at 8:30, and she's
Yeah.
like in her gym clothes, like taking a selfie. I'm like, really, Jen?
Who quit social work and helping people to go train people to do Zumba?
Jen. For $50 a class.
She seemed like she did
Stay
really.
right where I can see
Something must have turned her off about the field because she's like, I just don't want to do this no more.
She wasn't passionate about the work.
It's been moonlighting. That was it.
it. Maybe she didn't like the way things were done.
I don't know. She
That's a lot. That's the reason why a lot of them leave. But they don't, because they have morals and they don't agree with
that
how
and the-
things
and
are
the-
done.
want to go out.
The pay
And
sucks.
they don't like it. They don't.
We
They
are
don't like the fact that
responsible
they
for-
have to lie because DSS tells them to, or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
They
I
don't
mean,
like that. They weren't raised like that,
There's a lot
and
of
they don't want to be like
There's
that.
a lot of different reasons. I mean, there's the pay. There's
Drug alcohol.
She's
We're the same
living
thing. $12 an hour.
yeah, we have a lot of
People's
responsibilities
problems.
for a lot of very long
Cute.
hours for
Listen to
very
people's
little pay.
problems and help them with their problems and go through your own problems and.
Yeah. So long hours.
If they go out, if she goes out, they have to come in because they
All right,
can't.
Tuesday, Thursday at 3:30 again, or is this time not good for you? Would you rather do an earlier time? Because I have.
Yeah, probably
Okay,
because
so let me look at my.
I'm
one.
gonna be here until
one
they
thing-
find me a new client.
That's the thing is one thing gets screwed up and it's like
I'm free.
you see what happened today.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were gonna get suspended from the bus.
I
and
said
have
not
to pick them
until
up
they
and
come
everything else.
in.
So-
Chloe,
Earlier would be better before they get
Brianna
home.
and Shay, come here.
Well, I
You guys
have
gotta come
visits
in because the dog's gonna go out.
Walden.
No, we were gonna.
The
let
only
you
other
lay
times I
down on the
have
blanket.
on Tuesdays and Thursdays is
No.
9:30.
Yeah, I got it.
Dad, what are you doing?
Actually,
She needs to
probably
go.
do that.
You can take her
I have
out
a
right
meeting at
now.
11 a.m., which means I'd have to
He
leave
said
here
he
at
doesn't
like
want to
10:20
because we can't put her on the blanket. I will. Come
on
on.
Tuesday.
No.
I'll put
No.
her on the leash.
That'd
I'm
be
on this
busy
chain.
I do that all the
Tuesdays and
time.
Fridays.
Yeah, I
No,
mean that's
she's
fine
I
with
mean, if
me.
you don't feel like a prep, is that what you want to do?
That's
Alright, that's fine.
it works with me. That's the only other time I have on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And that's the 14th, right?
The 14th, yeah.
Alright, so 9:30.
Who's Gabriella?
One of Chloe's friends, she's invited to her birthday party.
Thursday's the same thing, or?
Yeah. I have all Jen's clients back to back. I
I'm
have
always
11:30,
invited to
12:30,
birthday
and
parties.
2.
I never go.
What's that inky thing on
Danch,
there?
I always
I
get
broke my
invited.
finger
I
and I had
always-
surgery 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
So
I always get invited to birthday
now
parties.
Tuesday we're expecting snow. I know, honey. I don't answer my phone
I thought it was Friday.
when I'm at a visit, unless it's my son.
Where's my things at?
So Tuesday we're expecting snow as well.
Yeah.
So Tuesday's visit might very well be canceled.
I thought it was